Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dychronic, your host here on this Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to be showing you the weekly reset for December 10th, 2019. Everything that has reset this week in Destiny 2, as well as the release of Season of the Dawn. If you did not know, release of the DLC is today. Lots of new stuff has been released. Things like the Sundial, which is an all-new match-made ritual activity, the new story, the Dawning Christmas event is coming up very soon, exotic quests, including a new armament from an old friend, which is, almost... save 14. Hopefully we get his chest piece this time. We get new lore content, new traps, medals, lots of cool stuff. And the way that you start the DLC is going to be going to Ikora. Now, I will say ahead of time, I kind of fudged the recording, so I've actually already talked to Ikora and done the whole reset video, and I didn't record my voice. So I'm gonna have a couple of different videos that I'm gonna be playing throughout to kind of skip through a bunch of different things, but the basic idea is gonna be the same. On top of that, the solar update has actually released, so all of these solar subclasses that have updates, that have been changed, that have been buffed, they're all out right now that you can try. If you don't know about them, check out some of the tweets from @Bungie. They've showed off a bunch of different things from a bunch of different subclasses for all the different classes. And then finally, for some Crucible changes, they've added Rusted Lands, a Destiny 1 returning favorite. So when you first start up the DLC, you'll have a thing at Eververse, which will give you one of the free new engrams. You open that engram, you have the standard set of stuff that you'd probably get, as well as that you also have to talk to Ikora. Talking to Ikora is pretty straightforward. You just pick up the thing that she has, and she tells you to go to Mercury, and that's how you start the DLC. On top of that, there's been a couple of changes to a bunch of different vendors. For example, the Gunsmith actually has new bounties, as well as repeatable bounties, allowing you to complete his vendor challenge a lot more easily, and hopefully get more enhancement cores and more of those infusion modules. On top of that, there's obviously new ritual weapons at Shaxx. There's a linear fusion rifle, as well as the subsequent emblem, as well as shaders. As for Zavala, it's going to be a sidearm for the strike playlist, Nightfalls and all that whatnot. He obviously has his emblem and his shaders as well for the other quests that he has as well. And finally, at the Drifter, he has a shotgun for his ritual weapon. He also has his emblem, as well as his shaders for the season. Moving on, let's go ahead and get into the regular weekly reset, starting off with the Nightfalls. For the Ordeal this week, we have Arms Dealer, the big chartreuse sniper guy at the very end. Base game, pretty straightforward. Also, if you guys notice, when you load up a thing, it shows you how many people can start an activity. That's new, right? I'm not going crazy. As for the regular Nightfalls, we have Tree of Probabilities, the big Cabal guy that crashes through the Minotaur at the end of the Curse of Osiris campaign, dropping the DFA hand cannon. Seventh and Song, the big Shrieker at the very end, dropping the duty-bound auto rifle. And finally, Warden of Nothing, the Servitor in the Prison of Elders that drops the 2-burst hand cannon, the Warden's Law. The highest scoring Nightfall is obviously going to be Warden of Nothing. The fastest one is going to be Tree of Probabilities, considering you can literally run past almost everything. Literally, except for one part, you can run past everything. As for the heroic modifier for this week, it will be Solar Singe, the daily being Iron and Heavyweight. As for Reckoning this week, it will be the swords. If you're looking for the last man standing with 1-2 punch or any of the weapons on the sword section, it is available this week, and the modifier will be Solar Singe, and the daily will be Grenadier. Again, look, you can see it's 4 slots for this. I mean, I like it, but I didn't think that I wanted it, and I want it, you know? As for the Flashpoint, it will be taking place, ironically, on Mercury. So completing the public events, Lost Sectors, and Heroic Adventures. To complete this, I recommend just doing a whole bunch of Lost Sectors. It's the fastest way to do it. The public event never shows up. When it does, it's pretty easy. And of course, obviously, to start the campaign after Ikora, then you just go to Mercury and you start this thing up, which is, 3 players, because this shows me. As for the Moon, I'm going to be showing off all of the Nightmare hunts that have actually reset. This week we have Skolas, we have Zydron, and we have Omnigul. As for the Garden of Salvation Ray, the challenge this week will be a link in the chain. All players must refresh their Enlighten buff at approximately the same time. However, the team may split up at different tethers. And again, you can see that this is a 6-player activity by the number of slots that are available. I don't know why that is so entertaining to me, but it is. As for Escalation Protocol, this week it will be all 3. Last week was the Sniper Rifle, and next week will be all 3. Following that week will be the infamous Shotgun. Moving on to the Menagerie, this week the boss will be Hasapiko, beloved by Callus, big Minotaur, lots of shield walls, and for the normal mode we have Void Singe for the weekly, and the daily being Iron and Heavyweight. For the heroic version, obviously there's going to be some different modifiers. First off, we have Extinguish, Iron, Blackout, and Void Singe. And again, Menagerie is still my favorite way, the highest availability for any of the weapons available, and there's so many weapons that are just so amazing and so worthwhile. So if you haven't played Mesh Menagerie, get it and do it. It's just so worth it. Moving on to the Eververse section of the video, showing off everything that she does have available. Obviously, a lot of new stuff. These things look really nice. Oh, I remember some cool runnings in this thing, but showing off everything that she does have available for Silver, Bright Dust, and all that whatnot. And the new season is around, so lots of new stuff. First and foremost, there's a new consumable called Concentrated Matter Gem, where bosses have a chance to drop an upgrade module when defeated, to hopefully, you know, supplant the issue of not having enough upgrade modules. Moving on from there, we have a couple shaders, transmit effects, a ghost shell, which we have seen from last season, is the Scarlet Swarm one, which looks kind of cool with spikes, and Speed Demon Banshee favorite, and then obviously we have the emote that, you know, dings. And let me just tell you, every time I play Gambit, I'm just like, ding me, baby, ding me! So this is just an emote that brings a lot of good memories. It's an infinite emote, isn't it? Oh, wow, look at that. I like this emote. I want this emote. I'm getting this emote. Yeah, I've bought the emote. You can't stop me now. Moving on to the seasonal offerings, which is represented by this bird symbol, which is representative of the DLC. You can see most of the things you can buy throughout the season. I'm not going to go over every single one of them. Obviously, there's this thing, which is going to be the new finishers bundle. Let's go ahead and take a look and see how different ones look like. We have the flash kick from the Titan, which obviously looks very nice. We have the things like Fist of Fury from... I don't remember what this is, but, you know, it's that, and then finally we have a claw cleaner, which looks like just an uppercut. It's all very nice, very Street Fighter, very much reminds me of Smash Bros. And Ken and all that. Shoryuken! I forgot which one's which. The uppercut is Hadouken or Shoryuken? Shoryuken, I think. I've never remember. Moving on, obviously we have a bunch of different ornaments. This one actually looks really nice. Doomfang Pauldrons, This is something that I'm looking forward to. Hopefully I get it randomly, or it's Bright Dust sellable. Look at these spikes, the warp. Oh, it looks beautiful. Obviously we have these tractor cannon thing. There's lots of other things like this Telesto looks really, really nice. This Dust Rock Blues looks really nice. Lots of cool emotes throughout. Outside of that, not really too much more. Obviously, you have some transmit effects that look very nice. I like the way this one looks. I definitely like the Box of Tricks, which looks like a loot box opening. The Vex Gate Arrival, not the biggest fan, but it's alright. And then finally, Up in Smoke also looks really nice. Reminds me of the Dominus Gall effect, except for the Dominus Gall has a giant, like, angel of fire that comes in with you, which is obviously my favorite, because it's so goddamn amazing. Moving on to the archive section, just wanted to mention very briefly what bundles are available, because I don't remember what is. I remember Optimacy and Hardy's last season, but Dragonfly and Sunbreak might be new, but I just wanted to mention in case it is. And then finally, we have the Bright Dust section with emotes like Give Dap. We have this Sparrow here for 4 degrees of separation. We have refashioned shapes, Ghost Shells, Divinity Ornament, Great White, which is a Hammerhead ornament, which is something that I really like the look of. Might actually even put that in the thumbnail. Got some transmit effects. We got some ghost projections, shaders, and all that whatnot. Pretty straightforward from here on out. And then finally, we have Hawthorn with her clan bounties and weekly raid challenges. Clan bounties, pretty much the same thing, if not exactly the same. We have Gambit, we have Crucible, we have raid with clanmates, and then we have the max level required clan bounty, which is not worthwhile because it's just legendary and not powerful. For doing the Nightfall ordeal. As for the weekly raid challenges, starting up with the Last Wish raid challenge, which is going to be a summoning ritual, the first encounter at Kali. Basically, you have to activate all 9 plates around the outside, kill the 3 ogres in the middle every time you do a damage phase to be able to get this challenge. Next up for Scourge of the Past, we have Hold the Line in the first encounter with the battery and the map and all of that. Basically, you just have to do everything faster. Don't let the battery get past halfway of the level. There's going to be a battery meter next to the map. Just do everything faster. And finally, the Crown of Sorrows weekly bounty is going to be called Limited Blessings in the first encounter of the Crown of Sorrows raid. Basically, only 2 people can have the buff at one time, so just have 2 pairs of people just swap over that buff to each other. It's pretty straightforward. It's not that hard. And that is going to be pretty much it. That is the end of the weekly reset video. Obviously, there's no portal here. I don't know why Akora thought, like, yeah, let's just destroy the portal. You know, you could just unplug it or something. Anyways, that's the end of the video. Hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions, any concerns, anything that I didn't miss, anything that that you're finding out with the DLC, what you're getting through. I'm looking forward to playing the DLC, but, you know, bogged down by doing a video like this. But yeah. That's the end of it. My name is Dychronic, and I will see you guys on the next one.